Alright, 6-6 Gamer. We're going to do Volcano again, start from the beginning. Because for whatever reason, last time I got one episode, and then the next 2 hours of footage, there's no audio. And I really don't like doing post editing commentary on gameplay like this. Because I was saying a bunch of stuff and I don't know what I was saying, and you know, there's points in the game where I'm looking at the map and I'm probably trying to explain something. Anyways, so we're going to do Volcano again. Hardcore, of course. With no mod. This is the stock game. Now, having said that, I'm not doing a speed run. I'm kind of a completionist. As you can see, they give you a 7310 with logs, so that's kind of cheating. I mean, that just seems silly. Why would you start the game with a load of logs and a 8x8 truck, which is fairly capable? So we are going to not use that truck and probably not use those logs. We're going to use the little Ural that's already got the utility attachment installed. We'll check the map real quick, see where we want to go. So we'll go this way. Kind of like I started the game the first time. We'll go here, and then it's who knows what after that. I am using a Logitech gamepad, as I've said before. It really improves gameplay, in my opinion. Just especially with throttle modulation instead of a 100% on, 100% off. Oops. Still, sometimes I hit the wrong buttons though. But we'll get it. There we go. Come on. Now, these fallen trees that are winchable and they move slightly, I think they need to be removed from the game because they break the game, basically. They will pivot around, but they cannot move from whatever point in the tree, which I guess is usually the midpoint. We're off to a great start. They cannot be moved out of the way. Like, they can rotate, but you can't move the tree. Like, you can't push it forward or backward from wherever the... Well, see. Oh my god, this is what I'm talking about. Right here. These trees just break gameplay. They make it impossible. Oh my gosh. Are we gonna start over already? Oh man. Oh, and these aren't even winchable. Okay. So in the Plains map, like, all of these fallen trees are winchable. But apparently in this map they're not. So now we don't even have consistency. Oh, alright. So we got one, but this one didn't show. Am I smoking? Nope, that's not winchable. That one's not winchable. Whatever. This is silly. But the reason these trees break the game is because they pivot but cannot be moved off of the pivot point wherever they're attached to the ground. They can get stuck in a way under your truck that makes it impossible to recover the truck. Like, there's nothing you can do besides hacking the game, or I don't know, bringing in some kind of modded truck with a crane to lift your truck like straight up off the ground. Those trees just break gameplay hard. I mean, just make it infuriating. On the coastal map on my playthrough, there is a Ural that is stuck because one of those damn trees got stuck underneath it and twisted in a way that I can't witch it forward, I can't witch it backwards. There's nothing I can do. That truck is perma-stuck. And that just breaks the game. You know, I mean, really there should be some kind of maybe ability that's maybe time-based, because that's really the only, I guess the only resource in this game is time or fuel, and fuel doesn't make any sense. So, you know, maybe some kind of ability for your driver to, you know, we don't really have physical drivers, but something to allow you to remove, you know, a tree branch or obstacle, or even maybe a rock up to a certain size out of your way or from underneath your truck. You know, to simulate the crew, because you'd have at least a driver and probably a passenger, otherwise known as an A driver, assistant driver. So, you know, get out and you dig out the rock, or, you know, you'd cut the tree and remove it. So there should be some sort of capability. And see, this is like the skinny. We just got stuck on like the skinniest part of the tree here. But the truck's not gonna climb. The tire's not gonna grip over it. We're not gonna. And you can see we're kind of rotating it a little bit, but it's not gonna move from its pivot point. It is permanently fixed there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, these trees ruin this game. If I could find a mod that just removed them, I don't care if it makes it harder because you... Oops, I don't know what I just did there. I don't care if it makes it harder because you have less winch points along the way. Those trees ruin the game for me. You know, the little twigs, I don't really have a problem with those. I mean, they kind of, you know, for some reason they can damage your truck if you get up any kind of speed, but they don't stop you, and they can, I think if you hit them with a certain momentum, they actually can break up into little pieces. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the diff damage I have an issue with. I've made that known. Basically, if you're going in a straight line, you could be on pavement. If you're going in a relatively straight line, you could have the differential on all day, no matter what you were driving on. It's not going to hurt anything. It's, you know, when you start turning with true diff locks on, you'd start breaking your stuff. See, like right there, and I understand it is a game. They have to make it. They have to introduce some challenges, you know, otherwise it'd be too easy. But to me, then you should modify the, you know, the grip of the tires or the mud physics, you know, the power of the engines and stuff, not just create, I don't know, or just introduce something else, you know, to create challenge, not just make it unrealistic where your vehicle just is damaged by things that would never really ever be a problem in the real world. You know, don't manufacture problems. And, you know, as negative as I'm being, I've put a lot of hours into this game lately, and I'm going to miss it when I don't have access to it the next several weeks. Because it's still, I think, a great looking game. It does do off-road driving better than any game has ever done before. It just could be so much better. and easily better. Like, it's not like a great challenge of, well, how do we change it? Well, we know how, and I understand that the programming takes a little work, but you know, there's players of this game that are just messing with the tweakables, so to speak, of vehicles, and already making the game better. You know, it's some of the things aren't that hard. I mean, it's not like writing new code. It's just basically game balance, looking at the vehicles, how they interact with the world, and adjusting their parameters. I mean, that's all, you know, Maverick's doing with his thing, is just adjusting how the vehicles interact with the environment to make it more realistic. It's not writing new code or rewriting anything. It's just balancing the vehicles. And I would love for those trees to just be removed from the game, or they need to be changed so that they are not permanently fixed to the ground. They can be pushed out of the way. They can be completely moved from where they are. You can pick them up with a crane, move them out of the way. You know, fine, don't make it so they count towards your log load, but make it to where they can be removed. Why is... Oh, jeez. I just dug myself in because I thought... I didn't realize I had the shift button activated, and I was trying to move the camera. Ah, damn it. Didn't have enough momentum. I was going uphill. And because I can't shift fast. See, like this here. Insurmountable obstacle. There we go. Good grief. I'm shocked that we even got by that. And of course, did damage. And something needs to be adjusted where these trucks become nearly completely out of control as soon as you get up any kind of... God damn it. That's impossible to get. As soon as you shift out, this thing loses so much speed. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm just driving and talking and driving and talking. But we're going to take a left here. Yeah. Now see, this is a nice trails with all the roots, which is realistic. That's cool, man. I like these. These are grippy little trail. Well, I say that. Oh my goodness! Come on. Some things should not be as hard as they are, but like I said, the developers will not call this a simulation, they call it a game. And I imagine that's basically to protect the way they've done some things, like the diff damage, and so they can't be held to a certain standard, really. That's what I feel at this point, is basically they refuse to call it a simulation because it allows them to not meet a certain standard. When I think everybody, I think on Steam has labeled it a simulator, and I'm pretty sure if you ask most people even slightly familiar with the game, or if you showed them the game, they'd be like, oh wow, that's a simulator. No, not quite. Come on. Why am I having so much problem with shifting today? I kind of had this down. Now today I just can't. Like, I think scripting. Okay, that's one thing I'm interested in. Is how hard would it be for players to create an economy system where you have to buy the certain add-ons? You know, you actually have to purchase this trunk, as they call it, for the UAZ to get you the 200 repair points, or you know, you have to buy a long log trailer so you can move more lumber at once. You know, you have to buy stuff, and you know, how hard would it be to script basically missions where, hey, this truck is at this location and it needs fuel, so you need to take it 200 liters of fuel. Okay, so you get your little whatever fuel container you can afford, and go have to find fuel, and then take the fuel to this truck, and then you get like so much currency for it, and then you can go back to the garage and unlock or purchase a bigger fuel cistern, or maybe you could unlock vehicles from the garage. And parking brakes on. Yeah, that wasn't gonna work, was it? That's the thing, like this UAZ should never really get that deep in the mud, because those things I've mentioned before in the last video, axles, the body, you know, anyways. So that's what I'm really interested in. You know, if the devs aren't going to do it, how hard would it be to write introduce an economy system and missions? You know, how hard would it be to script missions where, you know, there are trucks that spawn and they need fuel or they need to be repaired, and you know, then you would go to them, perform the task, and then be rewarded with currency that you then spend on add-ons or vehicles. You know, you have to buy the vehicles. Now, the key to the speed run on this map is this point right here. So the other truck, the 7310, is already loaded with medium logs. There's only one objective on this map, right? Yeah. So you take that load, you drive through here, you get fuel, go to the objective, boom, 4 points. Go back to the garage, get the Maz, the Type D, which is the best truck in the game, and, well, I think so. Get the Type D, you drive it, get the log cart with crane, medium log cart, drive it here, load it with loose logs, and then to the objective. It can be done. And it can be done fairly fast, apparently, if you know what you're doing. So if I... Oh, wow, I drove right by 2 cloaking points. Not just talking and yapping, not even paying attention. And we're pretty much done with episode 1, and I've made it to 1 fuel point. So I can't wait till the map editor tools are released, because I will probably try that out. I'm not much for modding or map editing, but this game, I love it enough, even with all the things that I say about it. I still love it enough that I would probably try my hand at creating a map. You know, I do want to try... I'm not a 3D modeler, so I'll probably never do that. I'll never say never, but you know, I do want to try just tweaking some things on my own, just to kind of learn that process and learn how it works. You know, because like I said, I think there's a lot of things in this game that can be fixed by simple balance of the in-game assets using the in-game code that's already there. You know, basically the parameters that you can change in the XML files, like what's the one that Maverick was using, max push depth or something, which basically means how far can the tires will they be allowed to push into the mud, and you basically cut it in half so that, you know, only half the tire can ever sink into the mud. And you know, I think that could do a lot to fix. Alright, let's get at least this first click point, which is not going to uncover anything because of the overlap of the two other points, one behind us and another one to our south. Come on. So yeah, we'll do we're gonna do a full playthrough of Volcano because I like this map. I liked it a lot when I was playing through it. I just got disheartened by the fact that whatever reason, you know, it's probably a stupid mental error. Like, I didn't even have my mic on. I had my headset on, but I didn't have the mic on, or I don't know what happened. But we lost all that audio, live commentary. Yeah, that uncovered practically nothing. And then after we do this playthrough, I definitely want to install or start tweaking, try Maverick's tweaks, which I'm going to go back and put some links to that. I talked about it in that last video, but I didn't put the links in the description until after the video published. So you guys will see that now. Oh, good grief. You will see that now on the video. But definitely get a gamepad, whether it be Xbox or just a generic Logitech PS2, PS3 type controller, USB. Because being able to modulate the throttle just improves, I mean, just increases your capability so much, and not to mention it gives you the ability to save fuel while still moving, you know, and not having to turn off diff lock and all-wheel drive. It'll go a little slower, but like I said, sometimes putting full throttle doesn't really speed you up because you get wheel spin and instead of just slowly moving forward. Alrighty. So, getting a good start with the UAZ after that first little frustration with those stupid trees that honestly I think either need to be removed or just change the code so they are not fixated on the ground and you can push them out of the way, or give us some kind of feature where we can just, you know, maybe it takes up time on the game, you know, accelerates time, but the tree's removed. I don't know. And maybe, you know, and like I said, talking about, I'd like to see if anybody's looking into scripting missions or, you know, different objectives and an economy system. Maybe, you know, time-based missions. You could do that, hopefully. I'll look into that. You know, hey, you got to get fuel to this point, but you only got so much time, you know. Maybe time-based missions have more money, more reward to them. And you have missions without a time limit, but they just don't pay as much. That would make sense to me. So, like I said, still love SpinTires. I just think they haven't really given us a full game yet. You know, full games aren't missing tutorials. You know, aren't missing a purpose. Like, yeah, deliver lumber to the objective to finish the map. Okay, but, you know, that's it. You know, and like I said, there's no tutorial, there's no explanation. So this still really isn't a full game. I mean, I know they're selling it as a full game, but it's still basically like a beta. And when it was in beta, it was really an alpha, you know. So, still love it. I just think it's got a long way to go. And if it comes down to the players, fine. I love it enough that, you know, if that's what we got to do, that's what we got to do. Come together as players and and work on viable mods and tweaks to improve this game. I'm hoping the devs will do some of this. Obviously, that would be more a stable solution for the code. But yep, love it. Just gonna keep playing it. You know, I haven't finished every map. That flood map, I tried it a little bit, and that's gonna be a challenge. That's tough. I know there's maps out there people have made to show you where to go, but that's cheaty. I don't like that. Not going to use any pre-created player maps or tutorials or anything. So this is kind of cheaty because I've already unlocked this map. Of course, I don't remember everything. I didn't finish the map. I didn't deliver the lumber. So, but I did. I think got all the cooking points, and then I stopped and realized that I had no commentary. But hope to see you guys on maybe the OV forums or just in YouTube. All right, see you guys next time.